All may not be lost for British Prime Minister Theresa May yet. May managed to scrape through the no-confidence vote in the Parliament by just 19 votes. Theresa May has proposed immediate talks with other party leaders in an attempt to break the deadlock on a divorce agreement. Yesterday, May saw the heaviest parliamentary defeat among any British Prime Minister in the democratic era when MPs overwhelmingly rejected her Brexit deal. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has asked President Donald Trump to postpone his State of the Union address to the nation until the government reopens. In a letter to President Trump, Pelosi said that the partial shutdown has raised concerns about security preparations for the speech. Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security have been without funding for almost 4 weeks. The Somalian Islamist group Al-Shabaab have now released a statement claiming responsibility of the terror attack in Kenya's Nairobi. The attack in Nairobi killed at least 21 people. But now Kenya says the attack is over and all 5 gunmen have been killed. Gunmen and a suicide bomber from Al-Shabaab stormed a business and hotel complex on Tuesday. Venezuela seems to be getting deeper and deeper into the quicksand of a nationwide crisis. Countless parents are fleeing the country's economic collapse to look for work abroad and to hopefully send remittances to their kids back home. The migration of 3 million Venezuelans in 3 years is increasingly forcing parents to make the heart-wrenching decision to leave their children behind. On the other hand, President Nicolas Maduro disputes the idea that there is in fact an exodus of such kind. He insists that global aid agencies are inflating figures to tarnish his administration. A bombshell revelation has put former Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto in the spotlight. A former aide to Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman testified that the drug kingpin once paid a $100 million bribe to Peña Nieto. The testimony has come from a Colombian trafficker. He had once served as drug lord El Guzman's secretary. A pregnant Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle's Britons, recently took it a casual comment in her stride when a pensioner called her a fat lady. The compliment was about her growing baby bump. Prince Harry's wife was on a visit to an animal welfare charity of which she is patron. Meghan Markle was introduced to the pensioners who have benefited from the organization's animal therapy program. Markle told the well-wishers that she is 6 months pregnant. That's when an elderly woman named Peggy took a more casual approach to speaking to a member of the royal family. Australia is sweating under record-breaking temperatures as an extreme heat wave continues to sweep across the country. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology said in a tweet that the past 4 days have been Australia's top 10 warmest days. The heat wave has affected the entirety of the country located in the southern hemisphere. The weather in Australia is so torrid right now that it's causing wildlife to die, with the latest casualty being the bats in the country. According to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the heat-stressed bats have been dropping from the trees to the ground or getting tangled in wires. It is also reported that people who are also trying to help the bats are getting bitten in the process. Australian health officials have warned that the temperatures could lead to human infection. Other animals are just as badly hit by the heat wave. Elephants and giraffes at Sydney's Taronga Zoo are staying cool in a pond to stave off the stifling heat. Zoo animals are being served frozen food and frozen pieces of fish to beat the heat, according to the Australian media. Barring the southern state of Tasmania, temperatures at all the other states are expected to reach above 40 degrees Celsius. Moving on to another country in the southern hemisphere, that is Brazil, and here animals like bears are taking the hot weather in their stride by guess how? Having ice cream. The workers at Rio de Janeiro Zoological Garden made a special treat of ice cream with frozen food for Yogi, a brown bear. Yogi clearly enjoyed his ice cream with frozen coconut and papaya. He eventually retired to his pool to finish it. Egypt's capital Cairo and some of its port cities were engulfed by a severe sandstorm accompanied by heavy dust and strong winds. The storm also forced the closure of several ports in Egypt. Pedestrians ducked into buildings for cover as a dark orange cloud descended on Cairo. Many were seen using surgical masks to shield themselves from the sand. The motorists also complained of reduced visibility on the highways. The storm also caused some delays at the Cairo airport. It was harsh weather in Gaza Strip also. Large parts of the territory were battered by sandstorms, hail and rain. A few people braved the weather and gathered to see the waves that splashed in onto a promenade. A series of avalanches were triggered with controlled explosives in southern Switzerland recently. Helicopter crew dropped explosives on top of the mountains. The controlled explosions are triggered to mitigate the risk of avalanches and prevent larger snow slides. Such operations conducted in various parts of the Swiss Alps. The municipality of Davos advised people to stay in basement rooms with windows closed during the time of the controlled avalanche. Political drama in the southern Indian state of Karnataka has taken a new turn. A day after two independent MLAs withdrew support from the ruling coalition in Karnataka, Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal has asserted that none of his party legislators are going to quit and said that a clear picture would emerge today. Venugopal was responding to a query on media reports about some Congress MLAs led by Ramesh Jarikoli planning to quit the party and join hands with the BJP to topple the Kumaraswamy-led government. Last month, Jarikoli was dropped from the cabinet. More political news from India. The newly elected Telangana Legislative Assembly is set to meet today for the members to take oath to elect the Speaker. Senior AIM MLA from Charminar constituency, Mumtaz Ahmad Khan, has been appointed as the pro tem Speaker, before whom the newly elected members would take oath. The four-time Academy Award nominee Jason Reitman is all set to direct a brand new Ghostbuster movie. His father, Ivan Reitman, directed and produced the original Ghostbusters in 1984. Its sequel was released in 1989. However, Sony Pictures made an attempt to reboot Ghostbusters in 2016, but the big-budget film failed to catch on. The latest installment of the Ghostbusters series is expected to come out in the summer of 2020. The makers are yet to reveal the cast.